This newest document, it's a draft for how stablecoins will be regulated in the United States, has quite a few red flags and alarming statements that I'm going to be going over today in this video. If you guys are interested, especially if you're in the US and especially if you use stablecoins, you've got to keep watching. In the meantime, hit like and subscribe if you're new to this channel. Thank you for watching and finding us. If you want to know what we're doing with our cryptocurrencies and why, and if we are holding any stablecoins, and what our portfolio is made up of, you got to check out a link for the CT Club. A link for that is down below in the video description. We have been finding quite a bit of profits already, even though this bull run hasn't really properly kicked off. So that's always great to see. If you haven't checked out the CT Club yet, go ahead and check it out and thank me later. This new draft bill for stablecoin regulation in the US, again, has a ton of alarming language and ideas for how stablecoins can be regulated. First and foremost, they're putting the Federal Reserve as the stablecoin authority in the United States. Why is that alarming? You guys, the Federal Reserve is the only central bank in the world that is 100% private. That means that you cannot vote these guys in or out, and these are the authority that your stablecoin issuers will have to be appealing to. As a independently issued non-government entity stablecoin, that's going to be a hard pill to swallow. Another alarming thing to pay attention to is that basically if a stablecoin issuer fails to comply with this, it is a draft, so this is not set in stone, but something tells me that this bill is going to pass a lot faster than the Loomis and Gillibrand crypto bill that was introduced way back in July last year. That one's going to be torn to pieces if it passes. This one I think will be far more intact and go a lot faster because, come on, they're regulating stablecoins. Of course, they're going to want to push this through. So what's happening is if any stablecoin issuer is based in the US or if they are serving US users, they're going to have to play by these rules. If they fail to do so, there's a penalty of up to 5 years in prison and $1 million. Now, if you want to know what are the hoops that these guys are going to have to jump through, basically they're going to have to prove that they have the reserves backing their stable coin. This is for centralized stable coins like USDC, USDT, Circle and Tether, where they're actually having physical reserves of either it's cash or treasury notes or bonds, what have you. They're going to have to actually prove that they have those reserves that are backing their stable coin, which isn't necessarily a bad thing for us users to have some kind of guarantee that this audit is happening. But you guys, the irony is that the Federal Reserve is the one demanding these audits. When is the Federal Reserve going to have an independent audit? I'm not going to hold my breath. Another interesting and subjective hoop that these stablecoin issuers are going to have to go through is it sounds like they're going to have to prove to the Federal Reserve the benefit of having a stablecoin that is not issued by a governmental entity, and basically what is the innovation that their stablecoin is providing that is beneficial to the US or the Federal Reserve, because let's be honest, that's who they're going to have to appeal to, right? Additionally, this bill suggests that there will be a 2-year ban on what they're calling endogenous stablecoins. Endogenous? Is it endogenous or is it endogenous? I've never heard this word before. We're all learning new things. Basically, algorithmic stablecoins or rebased stablecoins, rebased coins. Coins that don't have physical assets, real assets. If fiat is real, I don't know, it's just paper at this point. Real assets backing their reserves, and that's how they achieve their stability. Algorithmic stablecoins that have elastic supply of that, and that is how they rely on their stability. Those types of stablecoins will have a 2-year ban in the US if this bill passes. Additionally, they're going to have a research team learning about algorithmic stablecoins. Obviously, this one was high up on their list because of what happened with UST. And that was kind of their big moment. They're like, oh, you lost billions of dollars through UST because it wasn't regulated by the US government or by any government. And so they're like, oh yeah, we're paying attention here. Additionally, this bill is going to make sure that Congress and the White House are going to go ahead and have a study done on the benefits of drum roll please, the digital dollar. So another CBDC coming right at you. So we had the Unicoin that I talked about yesterday. Now we have the digital dollar, of course, and stablecoins are going to try to exist in the midst of that in the US. It's going to be interesting. So for everyone who has too much faith in stablecoins, yes, they are a great convenience for escaping the volatility in crypto, but it's a pretty superficial type of need at this point when you're looking at everything that's happening on the macroeconomic scale. I think what we're going to look for is freedom tools, autonomy, peer-to-peer, permissionless networks. And I think you know which coins fall under that category. If you don't, you must not be subscribed to this channel because we talk about it all the time. If you haven't yet, please hit subscribe and hit like. Hit subscribe and hit like, and I'll see you again soon. Bye, guys.